Hello, my dear listeners. Hope you all are ready for the next short story. The title of the story is To Walk on the Path. In the city of Savatthi in northern India, the Buddha had a large center where people would come to meditate and to listen to his Dhamma talks. Every evening, one young man used to come to hear his discourses. For years, he came to listen to the Buddha, but never put any of the teaching into practice. After a few years, one evening, this man came a little early and found the Buddha alone. He approached him and said, Sir, I have a question that keeps arising in my mind, raising the doubts. Oh, there should not be any doubts on the path of Dhamma. Have them clarified. What is your question? Sir, for many years now, I have been coming to your meditation center and I have noticed that there are a large number of recluses around you, monks and nuns, and a still larger number of lay people, both men and women. For years, some of them have been coming to you. Some of them, I can see, have certainly reached the final stage. Quite obviously, they are fully liberated. I can also see that others have experienced some changes in their lives. They are better than they were before. Although I cannot say that they are fully liberated. But, sir, I also notice that a large number of people, including myself, are as they were, or sometimes they were even worse. They have not changed at all, or have not changed for the better. Why should this be, sir? People come to you, such a great man, fully enlightened, such a powerful, compassionate person. Why don't you use your power and compassion to liberate them all? The Buddha smiled and said, Young man, where do you live? What is your native place? Sir, I live here in Savatthi, this capital city of the state of Kosala. Yes, but your facial features show that you are not from this part of the country. Where are you from originally? Sir, I am from the city of Rajgah, the capital of the state of Magadha. I came and settled here in Savatthi a few years ago. And have you severed all connections with Rajgah? No, sir. I still have relatives there. I have friends there. I have business there. Then certainly you must go from Savatthi to Rajgah quite often. Yes, sir. Many times. Each year I visit Rajgah and return to Savatthi. Having travelled and returned so many times on the path from here to Rajgah, certainly you must know the path very well, right? Oh, yes, sir. I know it perfectly. I might almost say that even if I was blindfolded, I could find the path to Rajgah. So many times have I walked it. And your friends, those who know you well, certainly they must know that you are from Rajgah and have settled here, right? They must know that you often visit Rajgah and return, and that you know the path from here to Rajgah perfectly. Oh, yes, sir. All those who are close to me know that I often go to Rajgah and that I know the path perfectly. Then it must happen that some of them come to you and ask you to explain to them the path from here to Rajgah. Do you hide anything or do you explain the path to them clearly? What is there to hide, sir? I explain it to them as clearly as I can. You start walking towards the east and then head towards Banaras and continue onwards until you reach Gaya and then Rajgah. I explain it very plainly to them, sir. And these people to whom you give such clear explanation, do all of them reach Rajgah? How can that be, sir? Those who walk the entire path to its end, only they will reach Rajgah. This is what I want to explain to you, young man. People keep coming to me, knowing that this is someone who has walked the path from here to Nibbana and so knows it perfectly. They come to me and ask, what is the path to Nibbana or to liberation? And what is there to hide? I explain it to them clearly. This is the path. If somebody just nods his head and says, well said, a very good path, but I won't take a step on it, a wonderful path, but I won't take the trouble to walk over it, then how can such a person reach the final goal? I do not carry anyone on my shoulders to take him to the final goal. Nobody can carry anyone else on his shoulders to the final goal. At most, with love and compassion, one can say, well, this is the path, and this is how I have walked on it. You also walk, and you will reach the final goal. But each person has to walk himself, has to take every step on the path himself. He who has taken one step on the path is one step nearer the goal. He who has taken 100 steps is 100 steps nearer the goal. He who has taken all the steps on the path has reached the final goal. You have to walk on the path yourself. That's all for the today's story. Hope you all have understood the story and liked it. Thank you for listening to my stories.